Ah, yes. South African schools. The place where bunking classes is a hobby. That one group of guys you really want to avoid because, yeah, they are heavy on that vape. The kids that be wearing the most funkiest fake toughies or grasshoppers, and so much more that I'll be talking about in this video. I'll also be making a private school version of this, to be more inclusive. Yes, that's right. Like, subscribe, and let's get to it. The bunking. I really don't know why, but the activity of bunking, especially like maths or English, just suddenly became a trending thing. Like, I swear I literally saw a video of someone bunking on the roof of the school somehow. Niggas be doing parkour and all that just to avoid doing Pythagoras. Most of the time, people would hide out in the bathroom, which is basically like the beginning level. In my school, it pretty much has a low success rate since there's more security guards and stuff. So it's either you walk around with confidence or, I don't know, just attend the class. Like, believe me when I say this though, okay? I actually have never bunked ever in my schooling career. Not because I'm an A student or anything. It's just because I'm too much of a pussy to be in such a life of crime. And being in a school that gives out punishments for the smallest things makes me even nervous to even bunk at all. The light-skinned girls. Okay, I know. Okay. This one is very oddly specific, but hear me out, okay? In South African schools, I swear, there's just always that one light-skinned girl that's basically Juliet to everybody. Light-skinned girls, in a way, are rare Pokemon, but we all know that we can never tap. To be more broad, there's always that one girl that carries a floral white tote bag, has a bow tie within their single braided bun at the back of their head, and has way too much lip gloss. So much that I'm pretty sure I saw an image, a one-to-one image of Ramaphosa hitting the nay-nay vividly just by looking at the reflection being given off by the lips. I also don't know why, but whenever I specifically talk to a light-skinned girl, the roof of my mouth becomes unbearably dry. Like, I'm not even kidding. And I start profusely shaking in my third layer uniform. Maybe that's just me having guababa, guys. I don't know. The teachers. It's even worse if your teacher's in like their early 20s or even early 30s. Because they just be the most rudest and, for some reason, the most strictest teachers on earth. I remember when I used to do Afrikaans as a first additional language. Worst fucking 5 years of my life. But my teacher would occasionally crash out. Like, literally crash out whenever we asked her to translate the words that she was saying. Whenever she was like, "Word dier mijn gegroet," something like that. I don't know. I can't remember anything. But yeah, and I can't even say "hello, how are you" in Afrikaans. The teachers that are laid back though, they would be so laid back that you would probably think if the principal were to enter the class, they would probably get fired immediately. Nowadays, there's really not a lot of patient and, actually funny teachers. My heart would threaten to stop itself every time my teacher, especially my IT teacher, would make a joke. I'm pretty sure he once made a 6-7 joke. A 6-7 joke that almost gave me a cardiac arrest. And lastly, we've got quite a heavy hitter. School fights. Yes, I know, okay, school fights are pretty much prominent in other countries as well. But damn, the ones in South African schools happen anytime, everywhere. Some of them wouldn't even be at the school itself. It would literally just be two guys in school uniform absolutely exchanging fists. To be more specific, it would be the crowds in these fights that just be making me crease up every time. Because one time there was a fight, one person in the crowd was literally a whole ass manager depicting the whole fight, literally telling the other guy to throw a left hook, then a right hook. It was just really funny to hear. In some cases, yeah, there would be fights that would be absolutely haymakers. And then some of them would just be the most worst, would just be two guys pushing each other, almost kissing, almost literally kissing. But yeah, South African schools are quite the weird evolution. Sometimes it can be the best experience, and other times, yeah, I know you won't get. This video is juicy approved, and I'll hopefully see your boys, and yeah, I don't know. Goodbye.